Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Ponomarew, President of the Finance Institute and Managing Director of the InvoiceXchange. I'm delighted that you took the time out of your busy day to join me here. On behalf of all of us at the Finance Institute and the InvoiceXchange, welcome. I think you're really going to enjoy this online training session because this is about learning a new skill that you can add to what you're currently doing or on its own. For some of you, this can be a new career. For some of you, this can be a new career that you can start part-time without sacrificing the security of your present job. A career where our practitioners are called cash flow consultants, individuals that have quickly learned to leverage their professional skills, experience, and business contacts to earn a substantial income in the factoring industry. For some of you, this can be a new service that you can offer in addition to what you're currently doing to add value to your business relationships. Now, before I tell you a little bit about me and how I got here, I want you to know that I would like to make this session interactive instead of me just sharing information and you listening. I believe you'll gain extreme value from the information if you take good notes. We conduct a few polls and ask a few questions along the way. So please help me with your cooperation and participate as best as you can when you're called upon to do so. In respect to questions, if you have any questions, please use the live chat box feature to ask your questions, and I will endeavor to answer as many of your questions at the end of this training session, time permitting. You can also email your questions to us at info@thetfi.com, and the email address is on the right-hand side of your screen. So let me tell you a little bit about me and how I got here. But in the end, this is not about me. This is about you and how we can work together. My journey in the factoring industry started back in 1999. I was a marketing manager. It was on a Friday and I was at work. I was called into the office and I was told that, Michael, we're making budget cuts and we no longer need you to come into work on Monday. Here's your severance pay. You have 5 minutes to clean out your desk and we wish you all the best. I remember being escorted to my desk, leaving the office, sitting in my car in the parking lot, overcome with emotion and humiliated. I was extremely upset. My mind was racing about what am I going to do now? Absolutely disgraced and feeling sick inside, knowing that I now had to go home and tell my wife that I just lost my job. We had recently celebrated our first anniversary and we were moving into a new home. I felt so used, taken advantage of. After putting in all that hard work over all those years, I thought I was doing a great job only to have the entire rug pulled out from under me. I remember everyone telling me, Mike, a job is not for life. It is part of the process, but you never think that losing your job could ever happen to you and have such an immediate impact. Now, why am I telling you this? Because some of you joining me here today may know someone that has been made redundant, someone that has been used, forced out, fired unexpectedly, just like I was, and they can't find work. Some of you joining me here still have a job. Maybe your life's already great, and you believe you'll continue doing great, and I get it. You don't really have to make a change, but you're here because you just want something more, and you know that learning to diversify your skills is the right thing to do. To those people, I say you're smart. Gone are the employer-employee loyalties that existed in the past. Everyone can be replaced because it's happened to me. It's happened to many people that I know and people that I currently work with. You need to have a plan B, an insurance policy, so to speak, in the event something does happen. To the professionals that are seeking new opportunities, I know how frustrating it can be to find the right opportunity where you can leverage your professional skills, your experience, and business contacts. Perhaps this industry will be the one for you. So back in 1999, I discovered an industry that was going to teach me how to broker mortgage notes and invoices for cash. A real business, a real industry that made just perfect sense to me because a myriad of people carry mortgages, and doesn't every business create an invoice when they sell something to another business or the government? Well, of course they do. And it was at that time that I decided that I would never work for anyone again. And here's what I know: investing in yourself, learning a new skill, diversifying your skill set, creating an insurance plan Insulating yourself from what could go wrong is the right thing to do because no one can ever take it away from you. It creates freedom, it creates options, and a peace of mind. So with that said, what results do you want to take away from this training session? What results do I want to take away from this session? Because in the end, guys, isn't this about the results? I believe all of you are here to do a little investigating, to find out what can the factoring industry do for you? What can the Finance Institute do for you? What can the InvoiceXchange do for you? What can I do for you? What can we do together to help you get you closer to your results? Our core company mission is lead generation to our group of affiliated nationwide funding sources and private lenders across the United States and Canada. And I'm here because I'm passionate about helping people to capitalize on their potential, helping small business, the backbone of this or any economy, break through and thrive. We've been providing information and supporting a referral source network and an elite consultant team of professionals since 2008. A community full of trusted business relationships where we come together to work together to help companies that need money to grow or survive. I see some answers coming in here right now, like this one from Susan, who says, I hate my job. Doesn't that sound familiar? Here's another one from Rick that says, I have customers that need money. Here's one from Connie that says, I want to get out of the rat race. And here's another one from Jeff that says, I'm looking to diversify my business. And here's one from Eugene that says, I was terminated and I can't find work. And here's another one from Brandon that reads, I'm looking for a second legitimate income stream. And here's one from Anna that says, I want to become debt-free. And here's one from Tracy that says, I was downsized and I'm seeking new opportunities. And here's one from Dan that says, I want to travel more and spend more time with the family. Guys, these are all very good reasons. Here's what I've learned. If you know the road ahead, you have the ultimate advantage. If you know the road ahead, you can anticipate what's going to happen and be ready to respond, take action, and benefit from it. Guys, success is defined by finding a need and fulfilling that need over and over again. As we go through this training, ask yourself these two questions. 1, is there a need for the service that we provide? And 2, can we satisfy that need over and over again with this service? During this session, I'm going to share some of the best content and valuable information about this explosive industry that you're ever going to get. And best of all, the tremendous amount of solid and pragmatic information you will gain from me during this session, I am confident everyone will be able to use it to your advantage immediately after the session is over. You will discover not only am I willing to give you the fishing pole and the bait to catch the fish, I'm willing to show you where the fish will be. All of us working together to get immediate results, to get all of us closer to our results. During this session, you will learn why now is the single best time in history to be taking part in this lucrative $136 billion industry. You will learn how you can leverage your professional skills and business contacts to earn a substantial income. You will learn the dynamics behind the InvoiceXchange, how we source leads, and how we close transactions. And you will learn how you can gain the knowledge and the confidence to find your first transaction within a few days of this session. At the end of this training, you're going to receive a link and a password to gain free access to a set of short but concise, professionally recorded training modules and a copy of our most popular ebook as your registration bonus to continue your learning experience. So just pick up any newspaper or read any online publication and you will discover article after article, post after post, comment after comment addressing the fact that banks are still not lending to businesses across the country. And what is more shocking is that business bank loan application decline rates are reaching epidemic proportions. A recent study by the Credit Research Foundation reveals even more shocking facts that 82% of all businesses are reporting poor cash flow. The report goes on to read that 92% of new businesses will fail in their first year due to the lack of available working capital, and 100% of all businesses will struggle from slow or no cash flow during their existence. The report goes on to say these companies cite the lack of available working capital, the tightening of cash flow, the slowdown in customer payments as the three major issues that are having disastrous effects on the viability of their businesses. So what is factoring, and why is it important to business and you? Companies, large and small, across this country every single day are delivering products or rendering services. In order to be competitive, they can't always insist their customers pay COD, cash on delivery. So in addition to providing the product or rendering the service, they issue an invoice. Now, I'm sure most of you know what an invoice looks like, but let me bring your attention to an important section of this invoice indicated by this little green box right here called terms. Typical terms in business. Typical terms issued by vendors to their customers for early payment of their invoice is 2% 10 net 30 days. What does that mean? Well, if a customer pays for their invoice within 10 days of receiving the invoice, the vendor will discount the invoice by 2%. Or the customer will receive a 2% discount off the total value of the invoice. If the customer pays for their invoice after 10 days and before 30 days, the customer is required to pay for the invoice in full. By listing terms on the invoice qualifies the invoice as a legal document or a short-term note. So in addition to providing the product or rendering the service, the vendor issues an invoice, and now they wait. What are they waiting for? They're waiting to get paid. They're waiting to get paid 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and even longer. Did you know that the national average for customers to pay for their invoices across this country is a staggering 73 days? And here's another fact. The average small business across North America invoices between $100,000 and $500,000 each and every month and now waits to get paid. While these companies are waiting to get paid, other orders are coming in. While these companies are waiting to get paid, they have to find ways to fill the new orders, to pay their employees, to pay their suppliers, to pay their rent, to pay for their utilities and their taxes. And this vicious cycle continues to happen every single day to small, medium, and large businesses across the country. So guys, if the banks aren't lending and customers are always paying late, where does a business go to get the money it needs on a daily basis to thrive? Small to mid-sized businesses that need the cash to thrive are turning to the concept of factoring to get the money that they need fast. Guys, take a look at these numbers. At a time when many industries have been floundering, the factoring industry has been experiencing explosive growth. And all indicators continue to point to the fact that we can expect much of the same for the unforeseen future. There are over 55 million small to medium-sized businesses across North America, but did you know that less than 10% of these businesses utilize factoring because it is a fact? Most people and businesses have never heard about this concept before. So what is factoring? How does it work? And how can you fit in as a cash flow consultant? Well, the definition of factoring goes something like this. Factoring is the purchase of business to business or business to government accounts receivable which are current or outstanding invoices for goods or services that have been rendered in the past for a discount fee. Factoring is the purchase of business to business or business to government accounts receivable which are current or outstanding invoices for goods or services that have been rendered in the past for a discount fee. Factoring is not a loan. There is no interest charged, and it is similar to a cash discount that the vendor offers for early payment of the invoice. Remember the 2% 10 net 30-day terms we just talked about. So how does it work? Well, there are two key disbursements associated with a factoring transaction. The first one is called an advance, and the second one is called a reserve. The advance takes place when the vendor, our client, receives up to 95% of the face value of the invoice when the invoice is purchased by the factor. The reserve is when the vendor, our client, receives the balance once their customer has paid for the invoice, less the discount fee, or what we like to call as the factor's fee. Here's an example of how factoring would take place. Let's say that we had an invoice of $100,000. And let's say the factor set the advance at 90%. 90% times $100,000 equals an advance of $90,000. When you subtract $90,000 from $100,000, you're left with a reserve of $10,000 or 10% of the invoice. And the vendor, our client, receives this amount back once the customer has paid for the invoice, less the discount fee or the factor's fee. A very simple process. Guys, like I said earlier, there are over 55 million small to mid-sized businesses across North America, but less than 10% of them utilize factoring. So is the factoring industry saturated in North America? Well, on the contrary, did you know that in the UK, the United Kingdom, over 75% of all businesses factor? And across Europe, over 54% of all businesses factor. Guys, can you now see why today continues to represent the single best time in history to be working in this lucrative industry, yes or no? Can you now see why all indicators continue to point to the fact that we can expect much of the same for the unforeseen future? Guys, just ask yourself this question. How many businesses are in your area that provide a product or service to another business or the government? Now ask yourself how many of those businesses are always getting stretched out for payment by their customers. And how many people do you know that could lead you to a business that could fall into this category? Providing alternative working capital solutions to small and mid-sized businesses is becoming the hottest professional consultant and referral source opportunity of this decade. And although you may have never heard about this career before, Yahoo Hot Jobs recently voted factoring among their top hottest professions as reported by Joy Victory of Payscale.com. Now, to save time, I'm not going to read this entire article for you, but let me sum it up this way. There has never been a better time than right now to create another income stream by learning how to broker factoring relationships. So what does this mean to you? It means that leads are not our issue. Banks aren't lending. Customers are always paying late. Businesses are struggling financially, and these companies are seeking our resources. They just don't know that we exist. And in our industry, we work as a team, and we live and die by our simple blueprint that we have been following for over 10 years now called the fees principle. To help you understand this process, let me first explain to you how factors make money. Factors are not banks. Factors do not concern themselves with the financial strength or the financial wherewithal of the business or its business owners. A factor does not concern itself with how long the company has been in business or if it's profitable or not. A factor concerns itself with only two things and two things only. One, the creditworthiness of the customer, so who is paying for the invoice, and the length of time it takes for the customer to pay for the invoice. So the fees process is like having your own map, a blueprint of what to do first and what to do next. The fees process stands for find, expose, educate, and support. So how do you do this? Well, like I said in the beginning, in our industry, practitioners are called cash flow consultants, or some of you may choose to participate as referral sources. Great news in our system, as a cash flow consultant, you're not required to meet with prospects face-to-face. Now, you may choose to do that with your business contacts that you know very well to start, but it is not necessary. Because you can expose, which is the second step in the fees process, by learning to harness the power of the internet. When I talk about exposing, I talk about working smart. We're living in a marketing revolution in the way people buy products, services, choose people to do business with. Learning to take advantage of all of the free technology that is available at our fingertips, cutting-edge technology, and social media platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn. Guys, leads are not our issue. What we do with the leads we have is what this is all about. So after you find, expose, it's now time to educate. Communication is vital to a cash flow consultant's success. And what you will really like about this industry is we don't sell, we educate. We don't sell, we consult. The secret to your communication is in our script. Learning to follow our 80-20 rule, asking just a few simple questions, calling the prospect to a simple call to action to complete a short one-page client profile. Then you send this client profile over to one of our file managers at the InvoiceXchange, who will intercept, structure, and place the transaction with one of our affiliated funding sources. Guys, I do this business every day. My file managers do this business every day. We have gained the reputation as the go-to company in this industry due to this very simple process and our unparalleled support. And with over 100 years of practicing professional industry experience, I have assembled the very best practitioners to help me to support you and to get your deals funded. What makes the InvoiceXchange different is we provide a unique auction-based, no fee whatsoever service, a marketplace that connects business owners and our group of North American-wide factors across the United States and Canada that each year fund billions of dollars in debt-free working capital. When factors compete for your clients, guys, it's a win-win situation for the business. It's a win-win situation for you because you don't have to search for a reputable factoring company to fund your client, just like I had to do and so many others before you, because we do it all for you. The whole process is simple and quick, and it usually takes 3 to 5 business days to implement the factoring facility. And when the file is set up, the business, your client, can receive their money in as little as 24 hours. And unlike the bank, with factoring, the more the business your client sells, the more money they will receive because there are no credit limits. The limit increases with the value of their sales. So how do you get paid? Well, to get your attention, and one of the things that I really liked, caught my attention, motivated me to take a good hard look at this industry, is something called residual income. The thought of planting a seed once and then farming it over and over again should make perfect sense to all of you. In this industry, you get paid something called residual income, which means you can get paid a substantial percentage of the gross factoring fees each and every time the factor buys invoices from the client. Notice that I did not say net, I said gross, before any operating expenses are deducted by the factor. And your income can grow very quickly, as you will see in a minute. In this industry, we pay the highest residual income. As a referral source, you can earn 8%. As our cash flow consultant, you can earn 15% on all of the gross factoring fees the factor generates for the life of the factoring relationship on each and every one of the businesses that you introduce to us. And depending on the type of business that you introduce to us, you can get paid each month for up to 18 months, 36 months, 5 years, and even longer. So why the difference in compensation between a referral source and a cash flow consultant? In a referral source relationship, we do a little more work at the beginning and therefore the reduced compensation. A referral source simply passes on a name of a company that they know needs money to grow or survive. We then will qualify the prospect and gather some simple information like the client profile. As a cash flow consultant, we quickly train individuals just like you to do this for us, and therefore the higher commission. So what does this compensation plan mean to you? Well, let's compare this comp plan to a popular profession that we find across this country called a real estate agent. Guys, where you live, work, and play, how many real estate agents are in your area? I may have some real estate agents in my audience right now. So how does a real estate agent get paid? Well, a real estate agent who lists the property for sale traditionally is called the listing agent. And this listing agent is paid a one-time percentage of the home's selling price. And the listing agent typically offers roughly half of that one-time commission to an agent who brings a buyer into the transaction. This one-time commission split typically can run anywhere between 1 to 2.5% for both parties. Key difference here between the factoring industry and the real estate industry is a one-time commission payment between 1 to 2.5% compared to a monthly residual commission of 8% as a referral source or 15% as a cash flow consultant for the life of the factoring relationship. And then on top of all that, the real estate agent most likely has to pay desk fees, etc. to their broker. In the factoring industry, you get to keep all of it. So what does this industry, what does this economy, what does this process mean to you? Well, quite frankly, the numbers will surprise you when I show them to you in a minute. I always remind our cash flow consultants, if you aim at nothing, you will hit it. If you aim at nothing, you will hit it. So before I reveal the real numbers, let's set your first goal, a measurable goal, a target if you will. On a piece of paper, I want you to write down your answer to this question. How much money would you need to earn per month to make a significant difference in your life right now? How much money would you need to earn per month to make a significant difference in your life right now? I want you to be honest, and I want you to be realistic with your answer, and I want you to write this number down. I'm going to pause for a quick 10 seconds to catch a drink of water, but when I return, I'm going to show you how close you really are to hitting your magic number. I'll be back with you in 10 seconds. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is share two short real-life case studies with all of you. I think these two stories will help bring some reality to the industry and this unprecedented income opportunity. So the first case study is about a company called Synchromesh. Synchromesh is a small industrial detergent manufacturing company with monthly sales of $86,000. Synchromesh was recently awarded a large contract from a new industrial customer to supply a truckload of 88 drums of bulk industrial laundry detergent each month for the next 12 months. Value of the monthly purchase order, $68,000. Almost double that of what Synchromesh's current sales are. In order to bid on the contract against their competition, Synchromesh negotiated early payment supplier discounts with their suppliers and received special pricing on the raw materials under the stipulation that Synchromesh paid their suppliers in 7 days. The industrial customer ended up paying for the first order in 60 days. When Synchromesh approached their customer to see if they could pay earlier on all future orders, the customer said that they would prefer to pay in 60 days. The issue, Synchromesh must now be in a position to pay their suppliers in 7 days on all future orders, even though their new customer pays in 60 days. So what is Synchromesh to do now? Well, they will have to find another way to raise the cash to pay their suppliers early, or they will have to turn down the rest of the contract because there's no profit in the transaction if they can't receive the supplier discounts. So Synchromesh went to the bank, but they were declined for financing due to two reasons. One, they were growing too quickly, and two, the company was only 2 years old and didn't have enough financial history to qualify for financing. This deal was referred to us by a cash flow consultant, and the transaction we structured went on to look something like this. Purchase order value each month from the new industrial customer, $68,000. The factor ended up advancing 85% of the total value of the invoice for a total of $57,800, more than enough money to pay the suppliers. The factor charged a discount fee of just 2.5% for every 30 days the invoice was outstanding. And this customer paid their invoice in how many days? 60 days. So 2.5% for the first 30 days plus 2.5% for the next 30 days equals 5%. 5% times $68,000 equals monthly factoring fees of $3,400. If you were the referral source that introduced this deal to us, how much would you receive? 8%. If you were the cash flow consultant that introduced this deal to us, how much would you receive? 15%. 15% times $3,400 equals $510 residual income each and every month. Guys, what could you do with an extra $510 coming into your household each month starting right now? In this industry, we call these small deals. Well, guess what? Synchromesh went on to factor all of their receivables, their current sales of $86,000, plus their purchase order of $68,000 from the new customer, for a total of $154,000 each month. And guess what? The cash flow consultant's commission grew to over $1,100 per month. Okay, let me quickly tell you about healthcare nurse staffing. Now, healthcare nurse staffing is a temporary staffing agency that provides nurses and other healthcare providers to hospitals, labs, nursing homes, retirement homes, etc. Healthcare nurse staffing recently secured a contract to provide 50 nurses to a local hospital in the Boston area. The nurse staffing company would pay their nurses $24 per hour, and the nurses would work a 40-hour work week. The nurse staffing company would then turn around and invoice the hospital at $32 per hour for each 40-hour work week per nurse. The hospital pays their invoices in 60 days. The issue: the nurse staffing company must now be in a position to fund bi-weekly payroll, pay their nurses every 2 weeks to perform on this contract. So the payroll looks something like this. $24 per hour is the hourly wage per nurse, times 50, the number of nurses, times 40, the hours per week for each nurse, times 2, the number of weeks in the payroll period, equals a payroll of $96,000. The invoicing went on to look something like this. $32 per hour, which is the hourly wage per nurse, times 50, the number of nurses, times 40, the hours per week for each nurse, times 2, the number of weeks in the payroll period, equals total invoicing every 2 weeks of $128,000. Well, healthcare nurse staffing didn't have this type of money, nor did she know where she was going to go to get $96,000 every 2 weeks to make a payroll. So she went to the bank, but she was declined because they didn't have any hard assets to pledge as security to obtain a loan. Think about this for a second. What could they pledge as security? They rent the office space, and when you walk in the front door of their office, you would see a small reception area. You walk down the hall to the right, a small kitchen with a microwave and a small refrigerator. To the left, you would see a few desks with computers, a phone system, and a few pictures on the wall. The only inventory they have is people, nurses. You can't pledge humans as security to the bank. This deal was also introduced to us by a cash flow consultant, and the transaction we structured went on to look something like this. Total value of the weekly invoice, $64,000 times 2 weeks equals $128,000. The factor ended up advancing 90% for a total of $115,200, more than enough money to pay the nurses' wages in the amount of $96,000 every 2 weeks. The factor charged a discount fee of just 2.25% for every 30 days the invoice was outstanding. And this hospital paid their invoice in how many days? 60 days. So 2.25% for the first 30 days plus 2.25% for the next 30 days equals 4.5%. 4.5% times $128,000 equals factoring fees of $5,760 every 2 weeks. If you were the referral source that introduced this deal to us, you would receive 8%. $5,760 times 8% times 2, which is the average pay periods in a month, equals monthly commission of $921. If you were the cash flow consultant that introduced this deal to us, you would receive how much? 15%. $5,760 times 15% times 2, the average pay periods in a month, equals residual monthly income of $1,728 each month. Guys, imagine what it would feel like having an extra $900 or $1,728 coming into your household each and every month starting right now. In this industry, we call these bigger size deals. Now, before you even ask, the average size deal we see coming in is approximately $175,000 per month in receivables to be purchased. So guys, how many deals are you going to need to find to reach your financial goal? I bet you it's not as many as you thought, huh? So let me ask you this question. With everything that I've shared with you up to this point, and with some more practical information, some simple training, the scripts, tips, together with our unparalleled company support to guide, intercept, place, and close all of your transactions, do you think that you could find just one company that could use factoring? Just one. If so, I want you to go ahead and click the yes on the screen in front of you right now if you think that you could find just one company that could use factoring. Go ahead and do that for me right now. Okay, let me leave this open for a few more seconds. Of course you can, guys. Anyone can. A matter of fact, 97% of you said you can. You don't need to think. You don't need to recreate the wheel. You just do what we ask you to do and follow the blueprint. For those that answered yes, that you felt confident that you could find one deal, and you're open to learning how to become a cash flow consultant, there are 5 things you're going to need to hit the road running. 1, you're going to need some more practical information and some simple training, because I just can't teach you everything during our short time together here today. 2, you're going to need a marketing toolbox, a library full of collateral, practical information, scripts, messaging, techniques, strategies, time-tested stuff, not theories. Stuff that we still use today that you can use to make an immediate impact. Guys, here's what I know. The speed of the pack is determined by the speed of the leader. Over the past 16 years, I have done everything and seen everything in this industry. We have stripped this business down to its simplest and easiest form that anyone can follow, that anyone can replicate, duplicate, to uncover opportunities in this vast industry. And best of all, you don't need any previous experience, knowledge, or formal education in this industry to create immediate, long-lasting results. 3, you're going to need company support to answer any questions as you're going through the training. You're going to need company support to answer any questions after your training. You're going to need our expert deal flow support to intercept, place, and close all of your transactions with our group of nationwide factors through the InvoiceXchange. 4, you're going to need to establish an internet presence. It establishes credibility, it levels the playing field, and it helps you expose and educate. Of all the tools that we can provide for you, you're just flat out going to really love your own personalized, cutting-edge, replicating company website. This website is more than a website because it is a piece of robust, fully automated technology that can help you market your profitable cash flow consulting business, manage your profitable cash flow consulting business, and support your profitable cash flow consulting business. It's so user-friendly, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. And 5, you're going to need some leads. But guys, leads is not our issue. Volume of leads is not the mission here. We never throw mud against the wall and see what sticks. We keep it simple, we keep it targeted. This is manageable, and what we do with the leads we have is what this is all about. So I ask you to copy down our company website address, www.thetfi.com. That's www.thetfi.com. This is our advanced cash flow consultant training website. Let me get out of the presentation and jump on the internet live and go to our website. 1 second, please. Okay, guys, here we are right now at www.thetfi.com. Now, let me apologize in advance. I'm running a little behind, so if I run a little late over the top of the hour, please don't be upset with me. For those that are interested in becoming a referral source, we have a referral source agreement that we will sign that covers you for all of your transactions. You'll be able to download this agreement along with the free ebook, and I'll give you the link in a minute. For those that are interested in becoming a cash flow consultant, where you can earn 15% residual commission, this is our advanced cash flow consultant training website. We are the exclusive factoring training provider for the American Association of Private Lenders. This is the industry's top-rated, very first and only professional, studio-recorded, virtual, digital, high-definition training platform that gives you a distinct competitive advantage in this explosive factoring industry with our group of nationwide factors and private lenders across the United States and Canada. Using robust and cutting-edge technology, we can provide you everything that you will ever need. Practical, short, and concise information, leaving no stones unturned, with must-to-know information and step-by-step instructions showing you exactly how to execute strategies so you're prepared to find your first transaction within a few days of this training. Now, to access the entire video lineup, I want you to scroll up here to the top right-hand side of the website where you see Contact Us tab, and to the left of it you'll see Member Login. Give it a click, and you will be redirected to this page here. After you become a member, you will receive your own username and password. Simply enter your credentials to gain 24/7, 365 access to all of the training videos from any mobile device, laptop, computer, cell phone, etc. that has an internet connection. Please make note of this. You can also view the entire training curriculum as a non-member, and I encourage all of you to do this after we finish up here in a few minutes by simply scrolling down here to the bottom right-hand side where you see Select the Module, TFI Module 1, 2, 3, and 4. You see that here? Go ahead and give TFI Module 1 a click, and you will be redirected to the entire lineup of the videos that are included in TFI Module 1. Okay, let's give TFI Module 2 a click. Now guys, anytime that you scroll through the list and you arrive at the bottom of the page and you see something called older entries, you see that down here? This means that there are more videos associated with this module on the next page. Simply give it a click and you're redirected to the next page to continue your learning experience. Now, I only have a few more minutes, so let me just highlight a couple of these videos. For example, video 19, the communication process. Learning what to say, learning how to say it, learning when to say it can make you look like a seasoned professional, even if it's the first time that you're speaking to your first prospect or business contact. Learning how to follow our 80-20 rule when it comes to communication is vital to your success. Learning how to call the prospect to a simple call to action to complete the short client profile is your only objective. Then you send this profile over to an InvoiceXchange file manager and your job is done. Video 19 will teach you exactly how to do this using my script, a script that I have been using for over 15 years, a script that my file managers use, a script that you use because it's going to work. Okay, let me bring your attention to TFI Module 3. Learning what to do is very different than doing what you know. This is what makes our blueprint simply the best on the factoring planet. Nothing happens unless you have certainty, you have confidence in what you're doing, and you take action. TFI Module 3 is packed full of time-tested marketing strategies, not theories, that we have developed and many are still in use today. Video 22 is called Attraction Marketing. This video explains how you can put out compelling, targeted, time-tested messages through various channels to targeted prospects and then have the prospect react to the message with a simple call to action. Let me click on older entries and skip over here to, let me see, videos 30 to 36. Okay? Videos 30 to 36. Guys, harnessing the power of the internet is working smart, not hard. Learning to harness the internet changed the way I did business some 15 years ago and is a big part of everything that we do today. A matter of fact, guys, I was the very first factoring consultant in this industry to design and use my very own successful capture page lead system. In this video, we show you exactly how you can set up, personalize, and brand your very own capture page, complete with our content, our images, the exact same calls to action, give you free access to use our lead magnets that we can personalize and brand them to you. Turnkey stuff, guys, internet optimization, finding, exposing, and educating on your behalf while you're away doing something else. Okay, let me skip over here to older entries and go to videos 38 and 39. Developing lead lists. In these videos, guys, we reveal over 40 hot industries that are inherently attracted to factoring and we show you how you can harness the power of the internet to quickly develop these lead lists. But just remember, this is not about throwing mud against the wall and seeing what sticks. I keep saying, and it's important for you to realize, that leads are not our issue. What we do with the leads we have is the key behind everything that we do. Now guys, if I asked you who is the largest and best paying customer in the United States and Canada, they just pay really late, what would your answer be? The correct answer is the government. Government vendor factoring has become and will remain a huge market for all of us, no matter where you're located. A matter of fact, the government has created entire departments dedicated to factoring, and the government implemented something called the Notice of Assignment of Claims Act to work specifically with factors to quickly implement the funding facility. In video 39, we show you exactly how you can obtain a government vendors list for any department, for any state, any city in a state, or federal department for free. Guys, the lists are massive. If you all agree to do nothing else but follow this one strategy, and you obtain the list for the Federal Department of Goods and Services, and you all promise me not to start on page 1 of the list is so big you would never run into each other again. Find, learn to quickly expose and educate, complete the client profile, send to the InvoiceXchange file manager. We provide the support to place, close the transaction, and you go and move on to something else. Now there's so much in these videos I have to show you, but I only have so much time. So let me scoot over to TFI Module 4, where I find the LinkedIn training videos. Guys, I love LinkedIn. It is the new age of lead generation, and we continue to dedicate a lot of time to testing, tracking, tweaking to continue to be at the forefront of this industry. Guys, social media is poised to change the way we do business again, creating a marketing revolution never seen before in the factoring industry or in any industry if you know what you're doing. Did you know that there are over 414 million registered users on LinkedIn, and what's amazing is 2 new members are joining LinkedIn every second. I view LinkedIn as a massive lead generation engine, giving you the opportunity to find, expose, and educate the most amount of qualified prospects and referral sources in the least amount of time for the least amount of money. LinkedIn recently published these statistics. Professionals that utilize social selling create 45% more lead opportunities, and 78% of social sellers and marketers outsell peers who don't use social media. Folks, gone are the days of people being chained to the office or their home staring at a desktop computer. The mobile technology boom allows us to easily conduct business through a laptop, a tablet, and in many cases our cell phone. Doing business in this business or any business has never been easier. Now guys, when it comes to LinkedIn, most people that I've spoken to about LinkedIn really don't know how to use LinkedIn. Their profile is poorly designed. They don't know how to properly optimize their profile or expose other people to their profile, let alone use LinkedIn as a lead generator. As part of video module 2, we can help you design or redesign a no conflict of interest killer profile in just about 30 minutes. A profile that creates punch, making an immediate impact not only for your cash flow consultant business, but you can use this information to design a killer profile for any business. Remember guys, you only get one chance to make a good first impression, and using the LinkedIn platform properly all starts with having a killer profile, a captivating headline, a short but relevant summary, lead magnets, and a call to action. Here's a tip when using LinkedIn, and one thing I suggest you do when you decide to include LinkedIn as part of your lead generation process. It's create your own private Gmail LinkedIn email account. Why? Because this has proven to be an effective way to help me manage, organize, and separate my LinkedIn activity away from all of my other daily corporate and personal business. So my private Gmail LinkedIn email account is mikep.linkedin@gmail.com. My first name and last initial .linkedin@gmail.com. I'll post this email address in a minute so you can see what it looks like, and you can go ahead and connect with me on LinkedIn. I would be delighted to accept and have a conversation with you. So just go to gmail.com and just set up your new Gmail account using your first name and last initial or your first initial and last name .linkedin@gmail.com. And then I want you to go back into your LinkedIn account and make this your primary email address. If you don't know how to do this, don't worry, we'll show you how to do it. Okay, how about one more? Video 3. Video 3 teaches you how to convert profile views. Now, most people that I've talked to about LinkedIn don't pay attention to profile views or understand why profile views are so important. Many people I've talked to about LinkedIn don't even know where to find profile views, a prominent feature if you're using LinkedIn properly. Now, here's a rule of thumb when it comes to LinkedIn profile views. Are you ready? When you view someone's profile, they will usually view your profile back. And if you have a killer LinkedIn profile that demonstrates that you can add value to your targeted viewer, in many cases, they will ask you to connect with them. In these videos, I will show you how you can automate LinkedIn to automatically profile view between 400 to 800 profile views a day for you while you're away doing something else. Working smart, not hard, guys. Then I want you to set the time aside to do your follow-ups, to expose, educate, and convert with time-tested, attraction permission-based scripts, personalized white papers, guides, capture pages, lead magnets, and short webinars. We can even show you how to use permission-based messaging that we have developed and tested to connect with your profile viewers that did not connect with you. Proven messaging that soared our response rates, guys, by over 61%. 61%. Okay, so let me get out of here and let's go to the Replicating Company website. Of all the tools that we're going to provide for you to build your profitable cash flow consultant business, you're absolutely going to really love using your very own Replicating Company website. So here I am on one of our Replicating Company websites at the InvoiceXchange. Now, we have created this awesome piece of robust technology to be so user-friendly. This powerful tool is more than a website because it comes complete with your own back office so you can manage this entire website by yourself. Plus, it comes fully loaded with an automated client profile submission system, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. All of the content, all of the information that you will ever need to expose and educate comes complete as part of this website, so you don't have to spend the time trying to figure it out all by yourself. All of the websites have been professionally designed using WordPress technology for those of you that have heard about WordPress. Now, this is a cutting-edge Replicating Company website because it can help you market your profitable cash flow consultant business, manage your profitable cash flow consultant business, and support your profitable cash flow consultant business. For the purposes of this demo, I'm currently showing you what one of our modern looking website templates looks like. This is also called a one-page template because, as you can see, all of the information, all of the content is displayed as you scroll down through the page. Okay? Here's another example of this website with a different logo and a different background image. Okay? Now, let me show you what our classic looking website template looks like. 1 second, guys. Okay, so here's a Replicating Company website for one of our websites called the Factors Exchange. Now, as you can see, this classic style template is very different from the modern template that I just showed you because now we have a home page. And to access the other pages of information, your prospect must click on one of the page tabs up here. For example, the Alternative Financing Solutions page. And this is what the Alternative Financing Solutions page would look like. And let's try the FAQ page. And this is what the FAQ page would look like. Okay? So as you can see, this is a professionally designed website. As our cash flow consultant, you can choose from the modern or the classic style template, and we have different color options and images that you can choose from. Now we're going to help you pick out a domain name. We will design a logo for you, and we will replace our domain name, our logo, and company contact information with your domain name, your logo, and company contact information. Your company contact information can be found right up here in the Contact Us tab. Now we're going to set up your company and personal email address for you to match your domain name. We will help you set it up on any mobile device or laptop so you can be ready to do business at any time. For those that still use a desktop, we will also help you set up your email on the desktop. As an added bonus, we're going to host the entire website for you for free. Now, let me quickly show you the automated client profile submission system and the back office of the website. In our communication process video training module, you're going to quickly learn how to call your prospect to action by driving them to your website and asking them to complete the short client profile on your website. You will also receive the script as part of your Business Accelerator library, and I'll show you where you can find that in a minute. Now, your prospect can access the client profile by clicking on the Apply Now tab of your website right up here. Okay? And this is what the client profile would look like. Now, this form is an automated, fully automated, and fillable form. So when your prospect clicks on these sections, they can enter in their information. Now, what is super cool about this website is when your prospect clicks Submit down here, two things happen simultaneously. One, the client profile is emailed to you, and two, a copy of the client profile is emailed directly to us so we can immediately intercept and start working on closing this deal for you while you're away doing something else. Okay, let me get out of here and show you the back office of your website. Okay, now to access the back office of your website, you're going to have to go through an admin panel, and that's what this panel would look like. You're going to receive your own username and password to access your back office. So let's go ahead and give this a click. Now, at first, this back office may look daunting, but we have created it to be so user-friendly, and we'll teach you how to use it in less than 10 minutes. It's that easy. For example, if you ever want to make changes to a page, not sure you ever want to do that because we've already created the content for you, but if you do, just go over here to where you see Pages, click on All Pages, find the page that you want to change, for example, the Alternative Financing Solutions page, click on Edit, you make your changes, and you click Update, and your changes will be done. Now, your website also comes with blogging software, and we have a video module dedicated to teaching you about blogging for those that are interested. Now, the blogging section on your website templates is called the Newsflash blog, and I'll show you where you can find it on the website in a few seconds. For those of you that are just starting out, you'll probably not have much that you can blog about, so you can borrow our content from our website. As part of the video library, we're also going to show you how you can borrow content from the internet so you can use it in your posts. So to create a post, you simply go up here to Posts. See that up here? Click on Add New. Give it a title. Let's call it Mike's New Post. You copy and paste your content or type in your content here. Click on Admin Blog and click on Publish. Okay? Then when you go back to your website visitor will actually be able to view your post in two sections. One is they can click on the title of your post that appears underneath the image of our office building. You see our office building image here, and then you see underneath it, it says Mike's New Post. They can go ahead and click on that title, and that will redirect them to the post, or they can click on Newsflash Blog, the Newsflash Blog tab right up here, and that will also take them to your post. Now, we also created this website to become your marketing resource library. Here's how. We create a special link to a page that only you can access by going to your back office, clicking on Pages, then All Pages, and when you scroll to the bottom, you will find Quick Start Business Accelerator Library. And when you click on View, you're going to receive access to over 25 proprietary documents containing time-tested scripts, tips, lead magnets, white papers, techniques, messaging, and strategies that you can use right away to make an immediate impact in your cash flow consultant business. So as we scroll through this list, let's give one click. How about let's go down to LinkedIn templates and let's give permission-based connector message a click. And there you have it. You can go ahead now and print it. You can go ahead now and save it to your computer, or you can access it at any time as part of the back office of your website. So let me get out of here and get back into the presentation, show you a couple things when it comes to finding on LinkedIn, and then I'll wrap up this training session with next steps. 1 second, guys. Okay, when it comes to LinkedIn, besides business owners, who else could be an ideal prospect? Well, let me quickly bring a couple of them to your attention. What about accounts receivable managers or clerks? Aren't these the people in a company that are responsible for pounding the phones every single day, chasing their customers to pay for their invoices so their employer has the money to make payroll, pay suppliers, pay taxes, meet fixed costs, etc.? Yes or no? Yes. So I ran a search on accounts receivable managers or clerks, and I came up with an incredible number of 1,744,621 members on LinkedIn. What about accounts payable managers or clerks? Aren't these the people in a company that are always squeezing and stretching out the payment terms to their vendors? Aren't these the people that the accounts receivable managers or clerks are calling every single day to find out when they can expect payment on the invoices? You bet. Number one reason for business failure is not the lack of sales. It is the lack of available working capital. Lack of available working capital is an issue that is created by customers that are always paying late. So I ran a search on accounts payable, and take a look at this number. 1,956,014 members on LinkedIn. Want one more? Salespeople. Here's what I know about salespeople. Most sales professionals have to wait until their customer pays for the invoice until the sales professional gets paid their commission. Imagine what a sales professional would feel like if they could get paid their commissions immediately upon invoicing instead of waiting 60 days, 75 days, 90 days, and in some cases longer to get paid their commission. Imagine what a sales professional would feel like if we paid them a residual referral fee for simply passing on a name to you with zero conflict of interest. I ran a search on sales professionals and just check out this crazy number. 15,483,468 sales professionals on LinkedIn. What about accountants, equipment leasing and real estate agents, insurance professionals, business brokers, and the list goes on and on? Leads are not our issue, guys. What we do with the leads we have is what this is all about. In these three categories alone, there's close to 20 million members. Do you think that you could find just one company that needs money to grow or survive? Let's get serious, guys. There are over 40 industries that are inherently attracted to factoring. The government is the biggest customer. It just pays really late. And I haven't even talked to you about medical factoring yet. The statistics tell us 3 in 5 people know of a business. 1 in 5 people own their own business. If you're targeting the right people, these statistics go way up. And there is no reason why everyone on this training session can't be taking immediate action and finding, exposing, and educating LinkedIn members for just 30 minutes a day, 60 minutes a day, whatever time you have. You can set your own hours. Driving your prospect to capture pages, to websites, educating them with short white papers, ebooks, and short video presentations that we can personalize for you. Now, for those of you that may know of a company that needs money to grow or survive, and you're interested in becoming our referral source, you're going to be able to download the referral source agreement as part of the free video and the ebook registration bonus giveaway. Just fill out the agreement, sign it, send it back to us, and you're ready to go. I'll give you that link in a minute. For those of you that are interested and you see the value in learning this new life skill as a cash flow consultant where you can earn 15% residual commission, Here's a list of all the featured benefits that you can receive when you become a member of our elite cash flow consultant team. When you join, you're going to receive 24/7, 365 unlimited access to the industry's top-rated, studio-recorded, professional HD video resource library, including the advanced LinkedIn training videos and tutorials. Information that can get you ready to hit the road running in the next 24 hours. You will also receive a copy of the Take Action Training Workbook. This is a fantastic exercise. The answers are in the back of the book, and this workbook can also serve as your quick reference guide after you've completed the questions. As our member, you're going to receive access to our Business Accelerator Quick Start library with over 25 proprietary proven tips, techniques, strategies, scripted messaging, personalized client profiles and white papers and lead magnets, ebooks, guides that you can use right away to make an immediate impact and help you expose and educate your prospects. Guys, if you can read, copy, and paste and take action, then you're ready to do this. Knowing what to do is very different than doing what you know. Lead generation, learning and using, not just learning, and that is why we offer lifetime support. Guys, what would it feel like to know that anytime you had a question, you needed advice, you needed someone to help you right away, that you could reach out to an industry practitioner, a professional that is standing by to guide and support you? As our member, you're going to receive lifetime Q&A member services email support and live lifetime deal flow support to intercept, place, and close all of your transactions with our group of nationwide affiliated funding sources. You will also receive complimentary lifetime updates of new marketing collateral and strategies, training modules, scripts, tips, social media techniques, because we're always testing, tracking, and tweaking new stuff to continue to be the first and remain at the forefront of this industry. As our member, you're going to receive your very own professionally designed, cutting-edge, personalized replicating company website, including the automated back office and the client profile submission system. You can choose from the classic or the modern theme templates with different color choices. And like I said earlier, we're going to help you pick out a domain name. We're going to help you register the domain name. We will set up your own personalized email address matching your domain name, and we're going to help you integrate it with your mobile device or any other electronic device so you can be ready to respond at any time, anywhere. And we're going to host the website for you for free. As an added bonus, you can also receive a personal 60-minute strategy session. Now, this is a session that is scheduled on your time. This is a highly structured session because we are all unique and bring something different to the table. During this session, we can help you redesign your LinkedIn profile. We will help you develop a clear-cut, well-defined plan so you're confident about what you're going to do first and what you're going to do next to hit the road running, playing to your strengths. Guys, the holy grail of taking action in anything you do is certainty. If you are in need of more information to help you create certainty and you would like to speak with me personally, I'm here to fill in any blanks that you may have because I know what could happen when you take part in this industry. So before I give you the link and the password to gain free access to the video modules, your free copy of our most popular ebook, and the referral source agreement, for those people that want to communicate with me, 2 ways to get a hold of me. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Just use my email address, mikep.linkedin@gmail.com, and send me an invitation to connect. I would be delighted to accept and have a conversation with you. Please be sure to replace the standard LinkedIn connection request message with Michael, I attended your overview. This will help me keep my connection requests organized. If you would like to speak with me personally, I'm happy to make myself available at selected times throughout the week. Please feel free to use my online scheduling system to choose a convenient time for our call by copying this link down and visiting www.thetfi.com/Mike. Now guys, of course, in any business you have what are called startup costs, and this business is no different. And we have certain infrastructure, member support, and web design costs that need to be met to deliver this membership to you. So yes, with your permission, for those that said yes, that you felt confident that you could find one deal with some more practical information and simple training. For those that are open to learning this new lifelong skill, creating another legitimate stream of income, I'm going to invite you to make a small commitment. But guys, don't worry. I'm not going to ask you to break your bank account, because this is not what this is all about. This is about learning and using lead generation and deal flow and results. In the past, our live training investment was over $3,000, and that's without the website. By bringing everything in-house, I have been able to drastically cut the expenses that are associated with fulfilling live trainings. By utilizing cutting-edge technology, a professional recording studio, harnessing the power of the internet, we're able to deliver short, concise, leaving no stones unturned information, together with all the tools and the virtual support that you will ever need at a fraction of the live training investment. So with that said, you're going to have 3 levels of membership to choose from. The first one is called Consultant, the second one is called Specialist, and the third is called Pro. Now, the major differences between the 3 is as follows. The consultant level includes all of the featured benefits, excluding the replicating company website and the personal 60-minute strategy session. The specialist level includes all of the featured benefits as in the consultant level, plus you're going to receive the replicating company website, the back office, and the automated profile submission system. The pro level includes all of the featured benefits in the specialist level, plus you're going to receive the 60-minute personal strategy session. Over $3,000 value compared to our live training for only $297 for the consultant membership, just $497 for the specialist membership, and only $697 for the pro membership. Turnkey, fully automated, a franchise-like business without ever paying a franchise-like fee. To make things easier, we process your investment through PayPal, a 100% secure server. For those that want to finance this investment, PayPal offers an incredible offer. Just check this out. Through PayPal, you now have a 6 months, no pay, zero interest option. And let me tell you, if it takes you 6 months to find your first deal with all of the information and the support that we can provide for you, then you're simply just not trying and you're not serious or committed to achieving the results you're searching for. As you can see, the Add to Cart button is now open. Okay, so here's the link and the password I promised all of you, so all of you can gain free access to the Quick Start video training modules, the ebook, and the referral source agreement. Remember guys, there is no investment required to become our referral source. So the link is www.tfi.com/quickstart. Your password is factoring #1. That's capital F factoring #1. So guys, I had a terrific time on this overview. A lot of great interaction, and I did my best to share as much solid and pragmatic information during our short time together. But as you can see, I've run way over my time, and I don't want to keep you any longer. For those of you that have posted questions, I am happy to answer all of your questions, so here is what I'm going to do. We are going to send you an email with the answers to all of the questions that were posted during this training session. Plus, we're going to include a few testimonials for you. So please keep an eye out for this email coming from the Finance Institute. Check your inbox or junk mail folder. This email will be there by the end of the business day tomorrow. Don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn or schedule a short call with me. I would be delighted to spend some time with you because I'm here to assist you, and together we can help you define a clear-cut plan on how you're going to capitalize on your potential. So until I speak with you again, thank you for joining me. I hope you got extreme value out of the information and you enjoyed receiving the information as much as I did presenting it to you. Bye for now.